Hey guys, what is going on? So I wanted to talk about the long anticipated launch of the brand new Gorilla Minds energy drink, which this flavor is Arctic White. This is the first flavor that we got. I should be getting another one later today or maybe tomorrow. And I'll be giving, reviews in terms of the taste for those energy drinks in the future as they launch. There's going to be 4 launching on the launch date, which is a week from today or April 17th, depending on when you're watching this video. But as opposed to the flavors, which again, there's going to be many more flavors in the future, as opposed to reviewing the flavor, which I will touch on this one specifically. But first, I want to get into the ingredient panel because this is going to be the main differentiating factor with this energy drink relative to other competitors. Obviously, every company is making an energy drink nowadays, and if you look at the ingredient label, a lot of times you'll be very disappointed because relative to something that you can get from a pre-workout or some type of nootropic, you're not getting efficacious doses, and so you just kind of look and be like, wow, this is meant to be marketed towards me without realizing what a proper dosage is, and you feel kind of cheated. Now, energy drinks are still great. I get them all the time. I don't get them for their nootropics or for their amino acids or creatine or whatever they claim is in there. I get them because I like the taste. I like, having a little bit of caffeine. I just enjoy the experience of energy drinks in general. But I understand that they are not really dosed properly. And a lot of that has to do with suspending the ingredients in the can. And I understand that that's not, perfect. You can't just put everything that you want in there. It's not going to taste good. It's not going to dissolve, all this other stuff, right? So energy drinks have a pretty low bar in terms of efficacious doses, but we all love them, we all drink them, and so this is kind of the best of both worlds in terms of getting actual efficacious doses of the nootropics, as well as getting that taste nailed down and getting the caffeine and everything that you usually like out of an energy drink. So I'm going to compare this to my favorite nootropic, which is Respawn from Gorilla Minds. Everybody who's tried that product absolutely loves it. It is my favorite nootropic, other than it's, right there neck and neck with Gorilla Mind Rush, which you can't even get anymore. So in my opinion, this is the best nootropic that you can get. And this is absolutely stacked. Obviously, this is a powder, so we don't have to deal with any of that other stuff that's difficult to do in terms of energy drinks. But I want to compare the ingredients of Respawn, which is, again, my favorite nootropic, to this. They're very comparable if you compare 1 scoop of this with a can of this. Now, again, I usually am going to double scoop this. That's like the maxed out version of this. It's probably unnecessary for a lot of people, but I always max dose everything. I take like over 10 grams creatine a day. I take quite a bit of caffeine and stuff like that. So I'm always somebody who max doses things. A lot of people are going to be fine just taking 1 scoop of this, in which case it's going to be comparable to one of these. But I just kind of wanted to compare that for people who are interested in understanding kind of what you're going to get out of this from a nootropic cognitive enhancement perspective. Okay, so I'm going to go from the bottom up, and I'm just going to compare all the ingredients that are in this product with Respawn. And then I'll talk about what is not similar between these two. But first, again, I just want to go from the bottom of the label up. And so we have, again, I'm comparing 1 scoop of Respawn to this. We have Huperzine A at 200 micrograms. And what do we have in Respawn with 1 scoop? 200 micrograms. Saffron extract, 15 milligrams. What do we have in Respawn? 15 milligrams. L-theanine. We actually have a little bit more L-theanine in this, and there's also a little bit more caffeine. So 100 milligrams of L-theanine in here, 75 milligrams in the Respawn. But again, you have 200 milligrams of caffeine in an energy drink, and then you have 150 in 1 scoop of Respawn. So those kind of balance each other out. Theanine is something that people use to balance out the effects of caffeine, so that makes sense that the ratio increased. You have uridine monophosphate at 200 milligrams. You have the exact same dose in this. You have alpha GPC at 400 milligrams. You have the same dose of alpha GPC in Respawn. So you can see a lot of similarities in terms of the dosages and the ingredients used. And then finally here, we have 1 gram or 1,000 milligrams of N-acetyl L-tyrosine. So this is kind of where these products get a little bit different. This has 2.5 grams of tyrosine in it. So again, you're getting more bang for your buck. You're getting a more potent product in this because you're getting the tyrosine. And you're getting a couple other ingredients here as well. I talked about the new level that is in this product that is not in here. And then I do believe the ginkgo as well is not in this. But outside of that, it is very similar, pretty much exactly the same across the board in terms of what they have in there, the dosages, everything like that. So what's going to be better, 1 scoop of this or a can of this? I would say unless you really value the 50 milligrams of caffeine extra and the little bit more L-theanine, one scoop of this is going to be a little bit better. However, this is, an energy drink at the end of the day, right? So every other energy drink we're going to compare this to, your Monsters, your Rockstars, your Red Bulls have like nothing in them, right? And so one supplement company that actually makes a pretty good energy drink in terms of, taste, I know a lot of you can attest to this, Ghost is like elite in terms of their taste. They probably have the best energy drink in terms of dosages of products. And if you look at their ingredient panel, it's pretty good. It's not messing with this, but it's pretty good. And then the flavor is obviously really good as well with Ghost. And so you really only have one other brand who's even trying to have efficacious doses in their product. But if you look at as opposed to having L-tyrosine, they have 1 gram of L-carnitine, which, as you guys know, if you've watched any videos from Derek or myself talking about L-carnitine, you really need 4 times that dose. So, 1 gram of L-tyrosine is going to be much better than 1 gram of carnitine. You're getting more alpha GPC, you're getting, the uridine monophosphate and everything else in this product that's going to be an efficacious dose. So I think this is head and shoulders above anything else, including Ghost, in terms of that ingredient panel. But most people are just going to get energy drinks for the caffeine, for the taste. They go to the gas station, they want to snag one. Most people are not just going to be carrying around a bottle of Respawn with them, right? But if you did want the best bang for your buck, again, Respawn is going to be better for that. So now that we have the ingredients out of the way, hopefully you understand, this ingredient panel is absolutely stacked and it's an efficacious dose. If you want to take 2 cans of this as opposed to 2 scoops of Respawn, I suppose that's something you could do. I would probably just rather go with the Respawn in that case. But, obviously energy drinks, it's an entirely different ballgame in terms of what you can get in there. And, compared to other brands, you're really getting something that's head and shoulders above in terms of the dosages. So in terms of the flavor, Arctic White, I'm sure you guys could have guessed, but this is very similar to White Monster. So I like White Monster. I don't love it. It's not among my best energy drinks. A lot of you guys who follow me know that I love the peach one, and I really wish that they would release a peach alternative with this formula. That would be absolutely awesome. But this is very similar to the White Monster. Of other Gorilla Mind athletes that I've talked to, they can't even tell the difference. I would say I can tell the difference. I've had enough White Monsters in my day. This, I would say personally, is slightly better than White Monster, but it is a little bit different. So this is a little bit smoother and it's a little bit sweeter. So it's a very similar kind of citrusy flavor to White Monster. Again, it is very similar. Some of you guys are not even going to be able to tell the difference. I personally, depending on your subjective taste, you might find that this is slightly worse. You might find that it's slightly better. I personally prefer this slightly to White Monster, but again, taste is subjective, but you're going to get a very similar flavor to White Monster. So that is this flavor in particular. I think they're going to be launching 16 flavors over the next year. So you're going to have a lot of options to try flavors that you like. Maybe if you don't like White Monster, again, for me, I like White Monster whenever I go to the dealership to get my car, get an oil change and everything like that. I always sit down and have a White Monster. That's kind of a, one of my go-to flavors that I used to have. But as they've introduced, the new energy drinks that are coming out taste even better than the ones that I used to drink. And so I go for the peachy one and stuff like that. And so again, very subjective. If you don't like peach as a flavor, maybe White Monster is your favorite. Maybe White Monster is your favorite, even if you love peach. So very subjective. Again, you're just going to have to try the flavors to see, some of these are going to be unique. I've heard of some of the names of the other flavors and they are not the same as the, standard Monster or Ghost or Rockstar or anything like that. They're pretty unique flavors. So you're going to have a lot of opportunities to try them. But again, this one in particular, I would say right in that same ballpark as White Monster, which I know a lot of people love. Slightly better in my opinion, but again, I like that little bit sweeter and a little bit smoother, feeling that you get from this one. But again, they are pretty comparable. So if you guys are interested in energy drinks in general, I think the kind of main thing that I want to get at with this video is that if you don't drink energy drinks and you want a potent nootropic, just get Respawn or just get Gorilla Mind Smooth or just get Shroom or something like that, right? Those are going to not have the restriction of trying to taste super good and not be in a powder form and, be suspended and have everything that an energy drink is going to need to have to be a good product. So I would go for, if you're not an energy drink drinker, just go with, one of the dedicated nootropics. Now, if you're already spending money, somebody like myself, I'm already buying energy drinks. I have access to the best nootropics on the market, and I still drink energy drinks, right? And I know that's the same for a lot of you guys. You drink them, you love them, you go to the gas station, convenience store, whatever it is, you just pick one up. It's kind of like the Starbucks. It's like, are you going to spend, I don't even know, I don't drink coffee, but are you going to spend $5 on Starbucks? You're going to make it for like 20 cents at home or whatever. And people still get their Starbucks, right? And people love it. And I totally get that. That's how I am with energy drinks. So if you're going to be one of those people who is already going to be buying energy drinks and you want that addition of the nootropics, that's what this product is for, in my opinion. If you just want the nootropics and you don't want to deal with, getting the energy drinks and, everything like that, having them in a can and dealing with the shipping and everything like that, obviously you're going to get a little bit more bang for your buck going with something like Respawn. So in that case, again, not the product for you. So really, it's just for energy drink drinkers who want something that's going to double as an energy drink and a nootropic in one. And that's where this really shines. And I think that's why it's going to change the industry. And I think it's an amazing product. And I'm glad it turned out as good as it did. I just can't wait to try the other flavors, which again, I will be having another one come either later today, hopefully. That's what FedEx says, but I'm guessing it's probably going to be tomorrow. And then we'll see if this one can be beat. Again, White Monster, I like it. It's not my favorite though. So I would love to try some of the new flavors and see if something can beat this. So hopefully that helped you guys. If you are looking to get these, they do launch on the 17th of April. 4 flavors. I can't reveal the other 3, but I will be getting the next one here shortly. And if you follow Gorilla Mind Energy on Instagram, or just Gorilla Mind in general, they're going to be giving updates on these new flavors, and it's going to be awesome. A year of new flavors. It's going to be cool. So anyway, that's all I got to say about that. I'll keep you updated, and I'll talk to you soon.